Did you know that your favorite snack, the potato chip, was actually a chef's petty revenge? Let's rewind to the year 1853 in Saratoga Springs, New York. Our protagonist is a chef named George Crumb, who was known for his culinary flair. But one day, he met a customer that would change snack history. This particular customer had a complaint about George's French fries. They were too thick for his liking. Rather than take offense, George took this as a challenge. He decided to give the customer exactly what he asked for. He sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them until they were crispy, and served them up. To his surprise, the customer loved them. And so, in a twist of irony, what started as a petty act of defiance turned into a culinary sensation. And thus, the first potato chips were born out of spite, and we couldn't be more grateful. Imagine curing a headache with a Coca-Cola. Sounds absurd, right? But this wasn't always the case. In the late 19th century, a pharmacist by the name of John Pemberton cooked up a concoction intended as a medicinal tonic. Yes, you heard right. Coca-Cola, the world's most popular soft drink, was born in 1886 as a remedy for a variety of ailments, including headaches and fatigue. Pemberton, a Civil War veteran, was seeking a cure for his own morphine addiction and hoped his creation could provide relief for others as well. His original formula included extracts from coca leaves and cola nuts, hence the name Coca-Cola. It was sold in pharmacies as a patent medicine, a remedy thought to cure a wide range of illnesses. So the next time you're enjoying a Coke, remember, you're sipping on a piece of medical history. From a failed experiment to a stationary essential, let's explore the story of PostIt Notes. Spencer Silver, a scientist at 3M, set out in 1968 with the goal of creating a super-strong adhesive. However, his experiment took an unexpected turn when he ended up with a weak, reusable adhesive instead. While this might have been seen as a failure, it was this failure that would later pave the way for one of the most iconic stationery items of our time. 4 years later, in 1974, Silver's colleague Art Fry saw potential in this failed adhesive. He envisioned a new kind of bookmark, one that could stick to pages without damaging them and could be easily removed and repositioned. By utilizing Silver's adhesive, Fry brought this vision to life, thus birthing the iconic PostIt Notes. So remember, in the world of inventions, one man's failure can indeed be another man's PostIt note. A stabilizer for ship equipment tumbling into a popular toy sounds like a stretch, but that's exactly the story of the Slinky. Picture this, the 1940s, the world at war, and naval engineer Richard James attempting to develop a stabilizer for sensitive shipboard instruments. James's pursuit led him to experiment with various types of springs. However, the course of invention was rewritten when one of his prototypes was accidentally knocked off a shelf. Rather than crashing down, the spring walked down from the shelf onto a stack of books and finally onto the floor, where it recoiled and stood upright. This unexpected spectacle sparked a moment of revelation for James. He quickly realized the potential of this walking spring as a novel and entertaining toy. After a few tweaks and adjustments, the Slinky was born. An unintended nudge off a shelf, and the Slinky sprang into the hearts of millions. Inspiration can strike anywhere, even during a walk with your dog, as Georges de Mestral discovered. This Swiss engineer was out hunting one day in the 40s when he observed something peculiar. Burrs, those prickly little nuisances, were clinging tenaciously to his dog's fur. Rather than dismissing this as a mere annoyance, de Mestral's inventive mind saw an opportunity. Upon closer examination under a microscope, he was fascinated by the burr's hook-and-loop structure. This gave him the spark of an idea. What if he could replicate this natural mechanism in a man-made material? The result of this inspiration was a revolutionary fastening system, a system we all know and love today as Velcro. From its beginnings on a humble hunting trip, Velcro has stuck around, quite literally. It's found in everything from clothing and luggage to medical devices and aerospace technology. It's a testament to de Mestral's ingenuity and his keen observation of the natural world. Sometimes the best ideas really do stick. Ever wondered how the microwave oven was invented? It's a story that's as sweet as it is surprising. Picture this, it's 1945. And Percy Spencer, an engineer working for Raytheon Corporation, is tinkering with radar equipment. Suddenly he notices something strange. The candy bar in his pocket has melted. Now most of us might just chalk this up to a messy mishap, but not Percy. His curiosity piqued. He decided to investigate further. What he discovered was truly groundbreaking. The microwave radiation from the radar equipment was the culprit behind his gooey candy bar. Instead of brushing it off, Percy saw potential. What if this could be used for more than just melting chocolate? With that thought, he embarked on a journey to harness this microwave radiation. His efforts bore fruit, leading to the development of the microwave oven. And that's how a melted candy bar revolutionized our kitchens. An accidental discovery in a lab led to a revolution in our kitchens. Yes, we're talking about Teflon. Imagine this. The year is 1938 and chemist Roy Plunkett is hard at work at DuPont. His mission? To create a new CFC refrigerant, a compound that would help keep our foods cool and fresh. But as we all know, science doesn't always go as planned. Plunkett opened the gas cylinder to find it seemingly empty, but it was heavier than an empty cylinder should be. Upon cutting it open, he discovered a slippery white substance had polymerized inside. This was an unexpected, yet fascinating turn of events. Plunkett had unintentionally created polytetrafluoroethylene, a material we now know as Teflon. It's the non-stick coating that makes our cooking pans a dream to clean. So there you have it. Sometimes the most slippery situations can lead to the most enduring solutions. Superglue, the savior of broken things, was itself a broken experiment. You've probably used superglue at some point to fix a broken ornament or to mend a tear in your shoe. But did you know that this adhesive wonder was actually a result of a failed experiment? In the thick of World War II, Harry Coover, a chemist working for Eastman Kodak, was tasked with the mission of creating a clear plastic for precision gun sights. As he mixed and experimented, one of his concoctions, a substance called cyanoacrylate, proved to be a failure for his original intent. It was too sticky, and it adhered to everything it touched. However, this failed experiment turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Coover soon realized the potential of this super sticky substance. Its strong bonding properties could mend almost anything, and thus, superglue was born. And that's how superglue stuck its way into our lives, quite by accident.